Families joined and shared their stories with Action News reporter Bianca Beltran.
We feel very strongly that families belong together, that there is irreparable harm done when children are removed from their parents.
Maureen and her family joined the march in Santa Cruz to show their support for the migrant families detained at the U.S.-Mexico border. The issue strikes a chord with Tien, who sought refuge in America.
We just came here as refugees from, due to the effects of the Vietnam War. And so we came here and we made a family, and we feel that, this is a place that is welcoming to everybody, and it should be that way. So in helping those who need help is a critical thing. That's something I want to teach the kids and the next generation.
While immigration policy can be complicated, the importance of family resonates with their children.
I think that's like one of the worst things ever, to just separate people from who they love.
There are many stories in Santa Cruz of immigrant families grateful for a new start in the U.S.
I can't vote, but my son here can when he's of age. So this is, in a small way, a part of history making and civic education for our children as well.
Teresa says she organized the march as a way to do something about a situation she could not sit back and watch unfold. While changes to the immigration policy have been made, she says more needs to be done.
The first thing we want is to have those families reunited now. There are more than 2,000 children that are still separated from their families, and they are being sent to places like New York, here in California, and all over the country. And that's completely unacceptable. So that's the first thing. The second thing is we want to end family detention. That is not acceptable either. We need to find a better way to help our asylum seekers. And the third thing is we need to make our voices heard, that we believe in civil rights in this country, and we believe in protecting the rights of others, especially those who do not have a voice.
I asked why this affects her so deeply.
There are people in my own family who are divided around the immigration issue. And it's heartbreaking because they forget the struggle that people had to do to come here, other people who don't have the privilege to be born here. And I really just think that for me personally, it's, I recognize my privilege, and it's my responsibility to help others who don't have that privilege. Although all of us can't go to the border like we would like to and really do more active things at that point, we are here together as a community to make our voices of love heard louder.
What began as a protest turned into a celebration of diversity and inclusion here in the community. Reporting in Santa Cruz, Bianca Beltran, KSVW, Action News 8.
Other local cities joining today's Families Belong Together marches include Watsonville, Hollister, Monterey happening right now, and King City.